peace, prosperity, and abundance. Peace, prosperity, and abundance. Welcome back, Earth Goddess Gang. Y'all know what it is. And if you're a newcomer, hi, welcome. I hope you stay. Today, family, we are going to get into the sun in the 5th and 6th house. But before we do that, you all know we do our word/affirmation of the day. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into that. And as y'all can see, let me go ahead and randomly pick. Okay, one already fell out. I just need a few more. Okay, I have a total of 3 family that came out. So that is what I'm going to read out. All right. The first one we have, family, right here is education. And the second one, this is a really good one. This one, I choose positive thoughts. And the third one, interesting, this is support. Okay, so let's hop right into that first one, education. If you all do not know it now, education is highly, highly important. Not only just for, just to be able to survive in this world, but also for self-development and self-improvement, as well. And, it's not, without education, there's not really a lot of things you can really do in this world. I will forever be a student. I never stop learning because I feel like when you adopt that mindset, you are always being the evolutionary phase, and you'll never get stagnant. So whoever needs to hear that, make sure you are educating yourself wherever you see fit, whether that's, for monetary gain or for interpersonal gain. Just make sure you're constantly feeding yourself knowledge. Okay, and that second one, I believe, was support. Well, it was the third one, but it's support. Okay, and support, this is actually a very one that's near and dear to me. Support is very highly important, especially when we're doing things that scare us, aka like chasing our dreams and our goals or anything of that nature. So it's a sense of security and importance for us to feel that support of, of those around us, whether that's family, friends, colleagues, or whoever is in your life. You always want to feel that, you have support. And also, not only to feel that you have support, make sure that you are supporting your loved ones in their endeavors as well. So make sure that, you have the proper support around you and that you're also giving out the proper support as well. And I believe that other one was choose positive thoughts. And this is food for life. This is food for life, body, mind, and spirit. And I can personally attest to this one because I was a person who did personally suffer with a negative mindset and just negative thoughts and negative thinking until I picked up, the affirmations, and I started reprogramming my mind to think differently so I would feel better throughout the day. So definitely, if you're not practicing positive affirmations, make sure you do so. Now the amount of time it will take, for these affirmations to work in your life, it does depend on the person and, how willing you are to work with your mind and, kind of look at those thoughts when they come to you. So thinking positive thoughts is very essential. It's very important to your well-being and how you navigate in this world. Because if you're not coming from a healthy or a positive mindset, what you're going to project into your reality is not going to be positive. All right, family. So what we can hop into today is basically the sun in the 5th house. Now, before we jump to the sun in 5th house, if you have any interest in any handcrafted candles, make sure you run over to earthgoddess_candles on Instagram. That is where I'm currently taking orders. All right, let's hop into it, family. Now, remember, the sun, is power, is ego, your personality, your vitality. So this is a very powerful energy entering into the 5th house. And 5th house is, to me, like the playhouse. It's creative, fun, romance, and things of that nature. So when you have natives who have the sun in 5th house, these people are they have a natural talent when it comes to things of the arts. And things of the arts could be many things as far as being athletically inclined through sports, drawing, singing, just many different art forms you can think of, these people are prone to having a natural talent to them. So anything in the creative endeavor, uh, this would be a definite career goal for the natives with the sun in the fifth house. Also, with the sun in the fifth house, the whole goal here for this soul is basically to express themselves, creatively, whether that's creatively or romantically. So, for this type of native, what they have to be careful of is basically not really getting lost in their creative pursuits, aka basically losing their identity, through their creative pursuits, and that's if, things are not balanced. So they have to make sure they keep that in mind. Now, also on the positive end of this, these people could be highly successful, again, like I said, in the creative arts era, um, and things of that nature. Now, negatively, these people can be show offs because they're naturally good at things as far as in showing off, creative things and things of that nature. So they can become then very arrogant, very, how can I put it? Full of themselves. They full of themselves, they're arrogant, they show off, they're the best at, whatever creative pursuit that they have the natural ability in. So, also what I meant to mention with this placement, these people have, they're very joyful people to be around as well because they have a natural talent for these things, and they naturally draw people to them, and many different types of people to them. So what I want to touch on is also that within these different types of many people that they bring to them, they have to be very careful of maybe possibly being involved in maybe affairs or things of that nature. So to balance that out, what they would have to make sure they would do is make sure that when they are, just naturally being themselves and expressing themselves in a creative or romantic way, that they are using discernment with the people that are coming to them or the people that they're engaging themselves with, and they can set the proper boundaries when they're around people who are in relationships, so there's no type of blurred line or mixed signals to the other person to make them feel that this person with the sun in the fifth house is okay with being or engaging in, scandalous affairs. So make sure sun and fifth house natives that you be careful for that. I don't know what it is about this placement that is like some of these natives are prone to being in scandalous relationships. It is not to say every person with the sun in fifth house, but no, this is sometimes you do see this in a lot of people's charts that have the sun in fifth house. So also, what I also want to get into, and almost forgot, is basically your celebs. So if you all want to know how the sun in fifth house celebs looks, here are a few celebs. All right, family. So that was it basically for the sun and fifth house portion. Stick with me and we can go ahead and jump into the sun and sixth house portion. All right, family. Welcome to the sun and the sixth house. We already know that the sun and what that represents, the vitality, the ego, and we have this powerful energy running into the sixth house. Now, with the sun and sixth house, the sixth house represents basically health, fitness, community, and also service to others. So, with natives with the sun in sixth house, their sole mission here is to basically be of service to others, but they also thrive in like environments to where, there is routine. They kind of know what they're doing day in and day out. And basically they're good people to depend on if you want things done and you want it done right in the first time. So here are what some celebs with the sun in the sixth house would look like. Okay, now let's get back to it, family. Now, again, I know the natives with the sun in the sixth house, again, they're very great, like, organizers. Like, if they're like the people in the family who, like, say if you all are going on a trip and you all basically have no idea what you're doing, these people will be the first to jump in line and basically try to take control of the situation and organize, what time everyone's going to eat, what time we're going to do that activity, this activity, and basically things of that nature. So They're very loyal to family and friends, and they're again their sole, pull here is to be of service to other people. Now, if this is, negatively affected, they can get lost in being of service to other people and feel like their worth and value is solely in, what they can give to other people and their service to other people, basically, versus their self value and worth coming from an internal source. So these natives have to be very extremely careful about this. And this is basically someone on the negative end. Also, if they're very uptight and very like, oh, I'm the best at what I do, these people could easily fall into being egotistical, busybody, and they are prone to getting stressed easily because they put so much pressure on themselves to basically get the job done and get it right the first time. So again, Sun House and 6 natives, your value is not in your service to others and what you give to others. Although these are very important things, your value should come from you internally. And basically these traits that you have is just an addition to the wonderful person that you are. So also what I meant to also mention with the Sun House and Sun and 6th House natives, when it comes to careers, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think the Sun and 6th House natives are really people who are really meant to work, 9 to 5s, simply because they're so independent and they're very like analytical when it comes to certain things. I can easily see these people being their own boss because they can be low-key bossy. Sorry, Sun and 6th House people. I'm a Sun and 6th House, so I can say that. So yeah, I don't think the Sun and 6th House natives are really meant to work a 9 to 5. I feel that, if you are currently a Sun in 6th House and you are working a 9 to 5, there's nothing wrong with that, because if that is something that you are happy in and you want to do, my advice to you would be to basically use those natural talents and abilities of, organization and being of service, to other people, and using those natural gifts to basically get you to where you need as far as in having that higher position within the company. Now, to my natives who feel like, not 9 to 5 is not for me, I don't want a boss because I am the boss, then you would then have to use those same talents and skills and abilities and then apply those skills to your own business. So, with that, I also want to touch on maybe the health of these individuals. Now, again, I did say that, the house represented health and fitness as well. So with that, you can really exceed and probably win monetarily if you focused on maybe health or a fitness career. With the Sun in the 6th House, this could be a possible outlet for you to make a lot of money in. If not that, make sure that you are looking out and paying attention to your health. And this will mainly depend on, the sign that it's in, and if the sign is not considered a good placement for the Sun in 6th House, then you will have to be very mindful of your health and making sure that, you're just keeping yourself in order in that sense. So that was basically it for the Sun and 6th House natives. Thank you so much for sitting through these videos with me, family, and I will see you all on the next upload.